I was a frustrated young boy, pushing trolleys for $5.49 an hour, flipping burgers at McDonald's. Man, all I wanted was financial success. Then by the age of 25, with a lot of hard work, determination, and blessings from above, I managed to financially retire. At around 2007 and 2008, long before it was given a title, the financial crisis had hit. Just about everyone was affected. Many were dented, some even completely wiped out. And unfortunately, I wasn't immune to it. I jokingly told close friends and close clients that yes, I did retire at 25. But I managed to use the same skills and I lost everything by 28. Now losing everything was difficult. You must understand, I come from a Middle Eastern family. I was young, I was brash, I was bold, I think we call it foolish, and I didn't take into account what if something was to go wrong. So as a result of my bad decision making, my whole family was affected. We lost everything. And when I mean everything, I mean everything, including our family home. So as a Middle Eastern family, where I'm the eldest son, and I had made a promise to my dad before he passed away, saying, Dad, I promise you that I will take care of my mom and 2 young brothers. I have failed. Miserably. Now, the UAE is an amazing country, and to the world, you are known for a lot of things like the best, the first, the biggest, the greatest, the tallest. But if you were with me at that low point in my life, you would have thought I'm going for some sort of Guinness World Record for less. You know, I was penniless, I was jobless. It's funny now. I was careless, homeless. Some of you guys are thinking it, yes, loveless. I can tell you what, when things are tough, you ain't getting no love. You ain't getting no love. So as if that wasn't all enough, there was more. Granted, I had failed. I take that on the chin. I had failed, but it was simple as that. I had a certain amount of knowledge, and I made certain decisions, and as a result of it, I had failed at that point in my business life. But unfortunately, a couple of lowlives with a few media contacts decided and thought it would be a great idea to kick someone while they're down. Now, I don't know why they did it. I couldn't care. But perhaps it was a crisis, and you know how it is. You got to sell media space, and there's no sizzle like a negative story. There's no news like bad news. I don't know what's up with that. We had a media ambush, we had media attacks, whatever it was. Again, I didn't care. But what it brought up was a serious issue we have in society. A society that is unaccepting, unsympathetic, resistant, and rejecting of failure. I'll come back to my story a bit later on, but let me ask you a question. Why do we laugh at failures? Why do we frown upon people that fail? Why do we criticize failure? Why do we stigmatize those who fail? Why has society put so much fear into people that they're now not even trying in their personal or professional life? Why is failure such a big no-no? You see, every time we laugh, frown upon, criticize those who have had the audacity to attempt and fail, we put doubt in their mind. And with doubt, their enthusiasm and excitement comes down a notch. Their drive and determination diminishes. You know, their appetite for risk lowers. Their leaps they envision becomes much smaller. The steps they were supposed to take become much less frequent. And who are these people that we're worried about? We're worried about failure. The attitude failure has given to society. It started to affect the way we think. It started to affect our concerns. Rather than being just us, we're concerned about what other people have to say when it comes to failure. So when you fail, rather than asking, hey, what have I learned from this? We're bothered now with, what will people say? Instead of thinking, hold on a second, I failed, how can I fine-tune things to be better next time? We're too worried about, what will Instead of saying, I've failed, how do I feel? What are we worried about? Oh, how will I look? And these people, parents, siblings, our cousins, neighbors, colleagues, boss, the cats 7 blocks down the road, and people whom you will never know, and in reality, they will never matter. You see, it's very ironic because today, I'm sure you guys were sitting here, and those who are going to watch us on YouTube and video, but there are buzzwords. Individuals and groups are after buzzwords. Things like creativity, innovation, entrepreneurship, leadership, winning, success, happiness, all these buzzwords. They're seeking it, they want it, they're talking about it, but it's not happening. It's not happening because society is stigmatizing failure. You see, when you stigmatize failure, we become unwilling to fail. When we become unwilling to fail, we don't give it our best. When society stigmatizes failure, you're not willing to lose position. You're not willing to lose face. You're not willing to lose credibility. This is both in your personal and professional life. Our failure today as society is our failure to realize the truth about failure. Now I know that was bad news. I got some good news. Let's hear some good news. Only 3 people, that's nice. Alright, now after years of research, working with, consulting, collaborating, having the opportunity and blessing to rub shoulders with some amazing individuals and groups from all over the world, I came to a realization. This realization is a common thread that I've noticed as on a conscious and subconscious level with a lot of individuals, groups, the winners, the leaders in society. This realization was the reason I penned a book with the same title. This realization to some might be significant. For others, it could be very simple. But I hope that when I share it with you, for the rest of your life, it remains with you as significant. Would you like to know what that realization is? Yes. Well, come on closer. Yes. Alright, no matter who you are, no matter where you're from, and no matter where you are in life right now, you are destined to fail. I'll say it again because you'll have to take this with you for the rest of your life. You are destined to fail. Okay, so some of you guys are not taking it too well. Here's a couple of thoughts that's probably running through your head right now. 1, destined to fail. Man, that is uninspiring. In fact, it's downright depressing. If we're all destined to fail, I'm going to tell you what, I'm not going to work for the next month. I'm going to kick back, relax, and do nothing. What's the point? I'm destined to fail. The second thought you might have is, hold on a second, how can we all be destined to fail? If we're all destined to fail, then how do winners win? How do great leaders lead? How do winners and successful people achieve? And here's the thing, winners have a simple and significant shifting attitude when it comes to failure. They understand that you can't bypass failure. There's no 2 ways about failure. It's not a choice. Failure is not something that's optional. Failure is a must. They know that to get to whatever they want, they have to fail many more times than they will succeed. Now the cool thing is I'm doing this talk in the UAE, and I'll share with you the attitude winners have on failure. And I can assure you that you will all remember it for the rest of your life. And here it is. Winners realize that they are destined to fail. And this is what they do. They understand, they accept, and they embrace failure. U-A-E. Winners understand, accept, and embrace that they are destined to fail. Now I'll share with you a couple of examples of individuals and groups, and I hope that it will help you understand, accept, and embrace that we are all destined to fail. So if you were to all come with me to the head office of one of the hottest companies in the world right now in California, we'll walk in together and what we'll see is signs all over the organization. And these signs resemble the culture that is instilled from the CEO at the top all the way to the new programmer that joins this company. One such sign, it's my favorite, reads, "Done is better than perfect." see, at Facebook, when a new programmer joins a group, they are told that they should start writing code, and that within a couple of weeks, their code could be made live in front of 1 billion users. And as it's happened over the years, we've all used Facebook, there are times where the platform stalls. A code has gone wrong. Do you think that they berate, look down, ridicule, laugh at, or frown at those who fail? Not at all. The whole team gets together, they rectify the problem, and they move on ahead. You see, at Facebook, they've realized, they understand, they accept, they embrace the fact that they're destined to fail as the only way to get ahead and stay ahead of the competition. To them, done is perfect. Done is better than perfect. So he failed over 10,000 times, and when asked, why have you stopped? Thomas Edison said, I didn't fail 10,000 times. I found 10,000 ways of how not to do things. You see, Thomas Edison understood, accepted, and embraced the fact that he was destined to fail. To him, his failures didn't have the same meaning it has for everyone else. They were simply paths he had taken that didn't get him to the destination he wanted. He knew that it was only a matter of time, that he would run out of paths, and he will get on the path that will lead him to what he wants. And he did. Then there was this chemist whose company had commissioned him to create a strong adhesive. What he came up with was a weak adhesive. In the context of the assignment, failed. Now, he could have done what a lot of people would do when they fail doing something. They're so ashamed, they go over, they hide it under the bed, under the rug, in the closet, wherever they can find space, just as long as they're hiding, because they're so ashamed of failure. But Dr. Spencer didn't do that. In fact, he looked at his newfound failure and said, hey, I think there's something we can do with this. So he started exhibiting it to all his colleagues for years. And it so happened that a gentleman by the name of Art Fry came across this. Together they worked for a few more years, and as a result of it, they came up with a product that took the whole office world by storm since 1980. Today you know this as Post-it notes. You see, the Post-it notes wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for Dr. Spencer Silver's understanding, acceptance, and embracement that he was destined to fail. So I'll tell you about me, and I'll come back to me, about the unfounded media attacks that we had. Understand this. In your life, you won't be able to control how people think, what they say, how they behave. But what you can control is how you choose to deal with life, how you choose to deal with any given situation. So when we had this unfounded attack, I thought to myself, you know what? They're doing this to get a reaction. No, I'm not giving them a reaction. I'm not saying I didn't do anything. I just didn't give them the expected reaction. My lawyers are screaming down my ear, Kevin, we should sue. Kevin, we can sue. We should sue for defamation. I'm going to myself, I'm going to have to pay you guys. And for what? We're going to win. These lowlifes won't be able to pay for it. I don't want to deal with it like this. I thought to myself, how do I want to deal with this? So that my future grandkids can look at Grandpa Kevin's autobiography, flick through it, laugh, be proud, and be inspired so that they can better deal with their failures in their life. So I did what most of you guys would have probably done in a negative situation. I took our negative media publicity, I turned it into a product, and I started selling it. Yes, I started making money, telling my story. We reached out to event organizers, and we simply said, here you go, we have brand new keynotes and workshops, and you need to understand that at a time of crisis, everyone was affected, from government entities, private companies, organizations, just about everyone was affected. And what we had now were keynotes and workshops that dealt with crisis, that dealt with failure, that dealt with negative media attacks. It was a huge success because people related to someone who was being affected by it firsthand, and it created authenticity. What it also did to a lot of our haters was they kind of picked up on the fact, hey, we're going to leave this Kevin guy alone. We picked the wrong guy. Here's the guy that understands, accepts, and embraces failure. I mean, how do you get to this guy? So they soon got the message, they left me alone. And in a way, it was kind of telling them what Muhammad Ali had told his naysayers many years ago. ever dream of beating me, you better wake up and apologize. There was no plan. There was a simple understanding and attitude that I just knew that I had to understand, accept, and embrace failure. I was destined to fail. That was just merely an attitude. So I hope that with what I've shared with you, I could hopefully inspire a shift in attitude for you as an individual towards your own failures. And as a society, we can shift our attitude towards failure. You see, all your success, all your glory, all your goals, your happiness, your leadership, it can all be achieved when you understand, accept, and embrace that you are destined to fail. When you realize this, you become unstoppable. You will have nothing to lose and everything to gain. Sharjah, you've been wonderful. Thank you.